My name is Lenny Abrahamson. I'm a filmmaker from living in Dublin. I have made 2 feature films, Adam and Paul and Garage, a TV series which is called Prosperity, a short film which I made a long time ago called Three Joes, and lots and lots of TV commercials as well. The one thing that you learn very quickly, or the first time you direct, especially drama where nothing is happening unless you say it's going to happen. At least with documentary, there is a thing that you're sort of encountering. But with drama, everybody just turns up and goes, okay, so what are we going to do? You realize very quickly that how many people are asking you questions all the time. So you arrive and it's just constantly people asking you questions. This, or where do you want this, or who should do that? And one of the big difficulties of making a good piece of work is that you have to be able to answer those questions, but not have them flood you so that you can't just think about the real stuff about what you're really trying to do. There is a school which says, keep it as immediate as possible. Don't, if at all possible, don't show the actor the script until very soon before the shoot. Don't tell them what's going to happen in the rest of the film. And if you're lucky enough to shoot chronologically, if you're not, that's never going to work. But for me, that does lead to it. There is an effect, there is an effect to that, and it is a kind of a certain energy. For me, it's a bit of a crude idea of authenticity. For me, what I sometimes do is I am trying to help actors over a certain kind of unease. I'm trying to help them over a certain kind of unease that comes with being required to say a line, because acting is the sort of performance of a required action freely. But to get to that free part, maybe one way is to try for immediate spontaneity. Another way is to become so familiar with that scene that it becomes a pattern, a rhythm, and there's no sense of, oh God, ease with which you can shoot and edit on your own for very little money, just start doing it. There's no journey to it, really. There's no, it's brilliant to be around. If you can do courses, great. If you can be around other people's shoots, brilliant. All those things are great, but there's no substitute for just starting to do it. And don't get too hung up on the industry and on who you need to talk to, or on the idea that it's a sort of, people get very obsessed that it's a kind of closed shop and they'll never get in. Actually, if you have some talent and what you do is in any way good, people will spot it, because there's a huge hunger for talented people. It's not like the doors are closed. The doors are wide open. And if you've got something to say, and if you've got a sense of a feel for the medium, then just go ahead and start working. I seem much more confident than I am. I on every project that I do, I go through the horrors before I start. And, anybody who knows me really well will know that. And there is always an anxiety, always a fear that this time you're going to be found out, or it's not going to work, or whatever. But you learn to control that, and you do realize after a while that you are, despite all your kind of neuroses, able to do it. You do, for me, I had a suspicion that I had a talent, but really it took doing it and seeing the work working and getting people's responses to it made me sort of think, actually, you know what, I really can. So now that anxious voice is a bit smaller, but it's still always there.